Hi Ali.
Hello.
So today we are in Inokashira Park.
Yes.
You are so gorgeous today.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm embracing the summer season and I've gone for a nice bold colour.
Yeah, very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so let's walk.
Okay.
Yeah. I watched your YouTube videos.
Oh, thank you.
And you talked about the reason why you came to Japan. The real reason.
The real reason, yes.
Yeah. So could you explain it again?
Sure, okay. So it's not a short answer, I'm sorry. It's a little bit more complicated than I like manga or, anything like that. So yeah, allow me to explain. I would say rather than me choosing to live in Japan, I would say that Japan chose me. And even before I'd ever been to Japan or knew anything about Japan, I always had this calling, this repetitive attraction to Japan. And even in my country, when I'd go, for example, to a museum and I'd look around at the things, and I was always drawn to the art from Japan. Or if a collection of clothes of, like a designer or something, I'd really be drawn to that style. And yes, of course, it was Japanese, and this kept happening again and again. The word Japan and the feeling that I associated with Japan, it kept coming up again and again, to the point that one day I just thought, I'm going to have to go. I'm going to have to see what this place is like and what it has for me. And that was when I was in university, and I came for 1 month and did one of these pre-prepared tours. So I traveled to all the places that people usually go to. I went to Tokyo and Kyoto and climbed Mount Fuji and I saw Japan through the eyes of a tourist. And then I stayed a little bit longer by myself, and I went to Shikinojima and I got lost and discovered some really amazing things and ways of living. And this month was enough for me to know that Japan had something very, very special that 1 month was not enough for. I had to come and really experience it. Then, going back to the UK, I just got a job like everyone else. I graduated university, got a job, moved to London, and it was a lot of fun, and I had, many great friends and a very great life. But still, that missing piece of the jigsaw puzzle was there. I knew that there was something that it wasn't enough, I think, to have all the things on paper, have a good job, have a nice house, have a good group of friends. There was something that I needed to experience for myself. And I knew in my heart that it was in Japan that I would find this missing piece. And yeah, I think I just, I went through some more spiritual development in myself. And it was one day when I just, it just clicked. It was, in my video, if you've seen this, viewers, I kind of talk about it as not a voice, but like a gust of wind. It just came to me and said, really clearly, just, it's time. It's time to do the scary thing and find that missing piece. And yeah, looking back, it's kind of crazy. I didn't have any friends. I didn't speak Japanese. I didn't really know what I was doing, but at the same time, that felt so completely right. And so, yeah, I came for 7 months with a little bit of money and a suitcase full of random things. And here I am 6 years later. Sorry about the long,
it's all right,
long answer.
No, it's all right. And also, you are learning Japanese, and you talked about Japanese language on your channel. You said that Japanese language is beautiful. So why do you think so?
Well, it may be a strange thing to say because I don't speak Japanese very well. So this is I'm at beginner's level and I'm really enjoying the learning process. But just a couple of reasons that I think it's a beautiful language. I think it's the types of words that are in Japanese. it really reflects the ideas and the attitudes of Japanese people and Japanese culture. And as you probably know from the previous part of this video, that's something that I'm very passionate about culture and the like collective way of being in Japan. But just to give you an example, just my favorite word in Japanese is komorebi, which, yeah, obviously you know because you're Japanese, but for anyone who doesn't know, it's when the sun just shines through the leaves and it's like a beam of sunshine. It's like almost majestic and magical. It's just amazing. And to come into a culture where there are actually words for these concepts of nature, it makes me so happy because I don't know, I feel like there are some words that we don't have in English, or there are just like long translations, whereas in Japanese there's just like one word for something that is more difficult to say in English, and that makes me feel really comfortable because it's kind of like I found a culture which has made words for concepts that I love and I want to express. Yeah, I think it's actually really fun too to learn a language, the language of a country that I live in already, because slowly now things are starting to make sense and I'm putting things together. Like, you know, when I first came here, it was just like noise, a very comforting noise of a language that I didn't understand. But now I'm starting to collect understanding and it's slowly growing, and in a way it's like my Japanese language skills are growing, and I also feel like during living in Japan I personally have grown too, like spiritually, emotionally, and in who I am. So it's kind of, yeah, I don't know, I think even if I were to leave Japan, I think Japanese language would always have a really, really important place in my heart.
So do you speak Japanese in your daily life sometimes?
Tokidoki. Sometimes. Oh. So I think, yeah, there are certain things that are really difficult to grasp when you're learning in a classroom, such as like itadakimasu or okaeri or things like that, like things that are so Japanese. It's difficult to understand, like, why would you use them, because there is no translation in English directly. So yeah, words like that I use, and now I'm trying to think and talk more in Japanese where I can, but I do get a little bit nervous. I'm not great, so yeah, I'm a bit hesitant still, but I'm trying my best, and in my more recent YouTube videos I'm doing my best to introduce my videos in Japanese. So yeah, but bear with me, I'm trying my best.
Yeah, great. Do you have Japanese friends who can only speak Japanese language?
No, I, like most of my friends and people I spend time with have a really good level of English. So that is kind of one of the reasons why I was so lazy to learn Japanese in the first place. It just, I could function so easily in Japan or in Tokyo without mastering Japanese. But I've decided now that 6 years later, it's time. Yeah.
Yeah, but I like your Japanese language on your YouTube channel.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I've got to start somewhere. And I think with my learning journey, I decided that I'm just going to be really bad at Japanese for a year. And, you know, that's the only way I can get better, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, great. All right. Thank you, Ali.
Oh, thank you so much.
You are doing YouTube channel and
yes.
Instagram.
That's right, yes.
Yeah. Please watch them.
Please, onegaishimasu.
See you next time.
Okay, see you.
Bye.
Bye.